Thanks for watching. We appreciate you. Please, please subscribe.
And welcome back to The Factor Uncensored. It speaks volumes if middle school age children have more humility than their teacher. A student near Austin filmed the moment a teacher revealed his true self, a white supremacist, according to some. Now, the teacher has not been identified, but he told students he believes the white race is superior. Listen.
In my heart, I'm ethnocentric, which means I think my race is the superior one.
Oh!
Wait, no, let me finish. Let me finish.
Hey, look. So, white is better than all.
No, let me finish. Let me
Go
finish.
ahead.
I think everybody thinks that, they're just not honest about
Hey,
it.
I'm not racist though. I like all types of kinds.
Did I say I don't like people?
People only think
Wait,
that.
so you said you are what? You are
You
racist?
saying you're like
You're
I think
racist?
everybody's a racist at that level.
No, like, you said you are racist.
I did. Yeah, I'm trying to be honest.
He has since been fired, but the damage has been done. The children have already been exposed to the ugliness. Joining me now is former Brazoria County NAACP President Eugene Howard. Eugene, when you see a teacher, and I don't even know what he was attempting to do with these students. I don't know the message he was trying to send. It didn't look like an attempt at being funny or comedy. It just looked like stupidity. Your thoughts on that?
You know, everyone that has an education isn't very smart. Let's start there. With a degree, so to speak, because we know in the state of Texas you have to be a degree person to be a teacher. With that being said, this is why you asked the question, why did it seem like it wasn't funny? Because that man believes that. This is a whole populace of people, especially in this great state of Texas, who believe that white people are superior. You can see how they legislate, you can see how they make policies, you can see who they target. But I want Texas to understand that old Negro that y'all used to don't live here no more. Our kids are smart. We're going to be smart. We're going to stand up and we're going to fight against that ideology, that stupidity. I won't even say white, the other word that he thinks he is, because this is why we need to fight. And I'm asking the allies to stand up, those other good people of Anglo descent, to say this is unacceptable as well.
Now, what we heard from the students, they actually said, we've lost all respect for you. We can't even take you seriously anymore as an educator.
I mean, how could you take someone very serious that said, I'm superior to you, my race is superior? I mean, this is why it is so pivotal that we just don't teach the civil rights movement in February in Texas. It is so pivotal that we understand what happens to different minorities, different stripes, different people, what they've suffered, because if they understood, if that teacher really understood it, he shouldn't even be able to get his license to teach in the state of Texas. But you see how uneducated, how unsophisticated that process is, to where someone like that can slip through. And white supremacists are not just in education, they're in our police forces, they're in our boardrooms, and we need to eradicate that ideology, period.
Sometimes you attempt to make sense of foolishness and craziness, but you simply can't. And I'm trying to figure out what this teacher was trying to do. Was he trying to have a conversation about race? Was he trying to shock them? Or was this simply what he believed, which is foolish for him to say if he did? It makes him a dumbass.
It makes him a dumbass, and that guy, he's not a gentleman. That dumbass is a dumbass. And what I want to say is, Again, this is important why parents need to tell their children, teach their children about the plights, the history of this country, the history of our people, and all people that are related to this land, this great United States of America. Because again, as long as we allow white supremacist thinking, that ideology, that mentality to fester and live and thrive, we cannot be free, we cannot have liberty, and we cannot have justice for all.
Now, obviously, you can't legislate, monitor, control people's thoughts. And you know he is not the only one who feels this way. So, I mean, how do you even deal with a situation like that as a parent or as a former NAACP president, a reporter like myself? How do you even deal with that?
Well, again, like last week when I was on, you know, this is a question that I'm going to ask to the rest of the ethnicities in America. Stop asking black folks to fix the racism problems placed against us. The only reason, as you mentioned the civil rights movement, or you mentioned the NAACP, the only reason that organization was successful because it was a melting pot. It was a coalition. It was black, white, Jewish. It was people that were disenfranchised, and that's what's going to take for a movement of that aptitude to the millionth degree to eradicate that, especially here in the state of Texas.
All right, Eugene Howard, former president of the NAACP in Brazoria County, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for watching. We appreciate you. Please subscribe.